nigga. Camera everywhere. All right, so what do I do? Do I wave? Do I smile?
No, just be yourself, man. I give you a tour of the crib and stuff.
Come on, I'm ready.
Let's go this way.
Alright, so before we get into it, because I definitely want to have a whole conversation about what's happening right here, and let me give y'all a little bit of update if y'all not familiar with it. DDG, who I'm a major fan of, right? I think that DDG used to be Pontiac made DDG, but DDG is a streamer, right? An IRL streamer. In real life streamer. And so basically you got a camera crew, cameras everywhere, everybody is set up to where, you know, you can follow them along. And I think the most popular one was probably Kai Cenat.
Right.
I Show Speed, he definitely is a streamer. Aiden Ross is a streamer. But basically what this stream is that DDG has been on this rampage, this whole tour where he's been having these people like the Baby and Wiz Khalifa and all of these people actually come in and show up on the stream. And one of the themes of the stream is that he's actually making an album in front of the fans, and then eventually they're going to release it. And I think it's going to be incredibly successful because it is a phenomenal way to market. And as you can see right here, Kevin Gates showed up, in which he's worked with Kevin Gates before. But in addition to that, you now see Britney Renner. Britney Renner
Why she here?
is with Kevin Gates. Now,
What?
if you're not familiar, Britney
my
Renner
God.
was actually has transitioned into being Muslim, and now you can see her with all of the Muslim garb on. We also know that
This is
Britney
weird,
Renner
dude.
had, you know, somewhat of a loose relationship / situationship with Kevin Gates in the past. Now, a lot of people are saying that Kevin Gates left some girl named Draka for Britney Renner, but Britney Renner is right here in this video in real time. You know, following along, you can actually see the cameraman right there, and that is part of the people that are basically a part of the in real time live streaming type of situation, where they're following him around, and they're recording everything that he has going on.
This is crazy.
So that, you know, that's just a part of everything that's happening. And so Kevin Gates and I think that this is going to get a lot more popular. It's more difficult for people to do, simply because it costs a lot of money to have a whole crew following you around. And so this is something that's probably going to still be unique for a long time until people can figure out how to do it themselves. But this is truly the wave as far as sharing what you have going on in a you know what I'm saying, having camera crews following you around. A lot of people just stay on the live stream and they talk about random stuff all the time. But, you know, DDG, I think that he's dope. I think that he's one of the best to do it. He's definitely, in my opinion, a Drake of, you know, IRL streaming, right? But that's not the thing that we really want to talk about. We want to talk about what we see right here in this video. And again, it's Britney Renner, and she's right here with Kevin Gates, and she's in her Muslim garb. And now a lot of people don't realize that, you know, back a few months ago, or maybe almost a year ago or so, and people thought that she was going to go back to doing whatever it is she was doing. She basically had transitioned over into being Muslim. And so people thought it was a grift. They thought it was the latest play. And I'll tell you and I'll give you what I think that my theory is of what happened or what's going on with this whole Kevin Gates and Britney Renner thing. I think that Kevin Gates has definitely been feeling her for a long time. A lot of people said that she had went cold turkey and just switched over to being Muslim because she just wanted to better herself. I don't believe that at all. And I could be completely wrong. I could be 100% wrong. I believe that behind the scenes, she had been making the transition because perhaps he was the one that was incentivizing her to do it. The final form of a woman, the final form once she transitions from being from the streets or for the streets over into being, you know, available for all of the different college players and basketball players and NBA players, and okay, now I got a baby by one or whatever, and now, you know, I'm no longer competing with a lot of these chicks or whatever. They have a longer lifespan, right? If you see the Dreas and the Bernice Burgos or whatever, Britney Renner kind of was a little bit more difficult because she had wrote a book, and, you know, she had started, you know, making herself doing interviews and talking about it or whatever. And it didn't mean that guys was no longer messing with her, but what it did mean was, I don't think that she was in the same vein as the Bernice Burgos and stuff like that. You know, the Dreas. Dreas largely don't say nothing. Bernice Burgo don't say nothing. But Britney Renner is a lot more vocal. She started talking about her experiences. She would go off on people. She was willing to do the interviews. I interviewed her personally. So, I know how it is. But, when you see what is playing out right now, I believe this is a play. This was a longer... The one thing that you got to know about women is they don't just wing it. They don't just wing it. They definitely have a play longer term. And the longer term play for a lot of them is then to move towards God and to move towards religion. Mm-hmm. I don't believe that's entirely true right here. I believe that maybe she did do that. Maybe she is a better person. Cool, that's between her and God, but you're still a public figure because she still posts online for people to see. And so as you see them walking around on the basketball court, man, I'm inspired by this. I might have to make a play. You know what I'm saying? But as you see them walking around on the basketball court and all of this stuff, what I'm thinking is that as people are saying, man, he got her trained and all of that, I believe they've been kicking it the whole time. I don't believe even for 1 second that they have not been, and she is influenced by the direction that he's going in. And so as a result, she's making a transition. I don't think that she became Muslim and then he was like, oh, girl, I'm going to come back and get you. Like, I don't believe that. I believe that she has made the transition and she's still in the spotlight. She's rebranded herself to a whole nother demographic of women and also gave herself that safety net by still attaching herself to and being in a relationship with Kevin Gates. This is some of the best rebrand, women transition, best lesson that men could ever have is that women always have a play. They always have an ace in a hole. They always have a man that they're talking to. Even when you don't think that they're talking to somebody, even when you think that they're completely by themselves, even when you think that they've completely run out of options, they always have somebody that they can turn to for food, shelter, and a relationship. And in real time, in real life, similar to what you're seeing right here on this DDG stream, you see that she is still winning. Mm-hmm. She is still going to make sure that she got everything that she needs in order to be successful. And it's largely going to come at the behest and on the backs of another man.